Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. So in today's video, I have 10 more tips, tricks, and secrets to share with you guys in GTA Online that you may not know, but need to know from the Doomsday Heist update. This being episode number 3, if you haven't checked out episodes number 1 and 2 just yet, you can of course find links to those in the video description. Definitely go ahead and check those out once you've finished this one. But let's get straight into things and start things off with the first trick. Now, as I'm sure you guys know already, with the new Avenger, there is an autopilot mode. Basically, if you own one and you're the pilot, you can engage this autopilot mode, and basically what it does is make the Avenger just hover in one place. You can then stand up and make your way into the back of the Avenger if you want to, which in fairness is a pretty cool feature. You can go into the back of the Avenger and do whatever you want. But one thing as well which you guys may not be aware of, you can also leave the Avenger entirely. So you can jump out if you'd like, and parachute to your destination, or if you have a vehicle in the back like myself, you can get into that vehicle and eject it out of the car. So I had a Deluxo in the back, which I got into and ejected out. Of course, it's not quite as impressive with the Deluxo, seeing that it's a flying car, but if you have a standard and regular vehicle which doesn't have the ability of flight, it is certainly a pretty cool thing to do, eject that vehicle out and freefall to your destination in the vehicle. And in case you hadn't figured it out already, you can also land on the Avenger when it's in autopilot mode. So when it's just hovering there above the map, you can actually land on it. And it doesn't matter if anyone's inside it actually controlling it or not. So for example, you can parachute out, go down to the ground, maybe get yourself the Deluxo like I did, or you can go and get yourself another helicopter, maybe something like the Buzzard, and you can land it on it. But one thing I found, when I first landed on the Avenger, it was a little glitchy, so give it a few seconds or so to sort of balance itself out and get steady again before you leave the vehicle or the helicopter which you're in, otherwise you might find yourself falling off. But there we go, you can then walk up and down your Avenger and do pretty much whatever you want above the map. Now unfortunately you can't actually get back into the Avenger from up here, which is a little disappointing. If you leave your Avenger in autopilot mode and leave it at any time, there is no way of getting back into it. The only way you can is by re-requesting it. Anyway, moving on then to the next one, this being a glitch which allows you to get onto the map with your Deluxo. So what you want to do is make your way to this location right by here, just down the road from the Eclipse Towers, and you want to engage the hover mode or the flight mode with the Deluxo. Now basically the ceiling of this building is not solid and you can fly straight through it, so fly upwards and just simply go through it like I did, and you'll then be onto the map. And there we go, that's all there is to it for this. A very simple way to get onto the map with the Deluxo, and you can then fly around and go wherever you want. It's pretty cool under here, and of course anytime you want as well, just fly straight upwards and you'll be back on the map again. And I'm sure you guys can think of plenty of uses and things to do with this. For starters, you can travel around the map a little faster than if you go above. It's also the safest route as well. No one can see you or get to you under here, unless of course they do this glitch as well. And you can definitely use this to troll players as well. Of course, they'll still be able to see your blip on the minimap, so if you drive up to people's locations, they'll definitely be freaking out wondering where you are. But there is one thing to be careful of if you do this, that being water. Any water visible on the map will also be under the map even though you can't see it, so try and avoid any lakes, rivers, or the sea. Now speaking of water, in case you guys didn't know already, with this update there are some new outfits, these being Scuba Suits. And you can buy these of course from the outfit section at the clothing store. And to much surprise, these aren't just a cosmetic outfit, they actually fully function as a scuba suit. Now when you buy the outfit, you'll only be able to wear the wetsuit part on land, but as soon as you touch water, the full suit will be equipped and you'll have all the scuba gear. And when you go underwater, you won't be needing any air. The air bar in the bottom left hand corner on the minimap will not be going down. In fact, with this equipped, you can now stay underwater forever. You literally never run out of air. I also like as well the fact that it comes with a torch too, as you can see, so as you're swimming around, especially in the deeper and darker areas of the lakes and seas, you can see where you're going as well as search the bed for various different clues and Easter eggs. And there are certainly plenty of them in the sea of GTA 5. Moving on though to a common misconception involving the Railgun Cannon on the new Kanjali tank. In fact, I did talk about this yesterday in a video, the Rhino versus the new Kanjali tank, which one is better. If you guys haven't watched that video, I would definitely recommend doing so. But basically I received a lot of comments from people saying that when you charge the Railgun Cannon on the Kanjali tank, it is more powerful than when you fire regular shots. But this is not true. In fact, firing regular shots and charged shots have the same amount of power. So as you saw a few moments ago, it took me 4 regular shots with the Railgun Cannon to destroy the Rhino tank. But this second time round, whilst charging the shots, it takes the same amount to destroy the Rhino, that being 4. So there's no difference in the terms of its power whether you fire regular shots or charging them. The only difference though between the regular shots and charged shots is the distance they can fire. So right now you can see I'm firing just regular shots, then in a few moments I'm going to fire charged shots. Now although from here you can't really see the difference, there is in fact a small difference of around about 15 or 20 meters. But there we go, the point being they're just as powerful as each other. And if you want to watch the full video on this, the Kanjali tank versus the Rhino, you can of course do so. Like I said, there is a link in the description. Now seeing that we're talking about weapons, let's move on to the number of missiles each vehicle has that's weaponized from the Doomsday Heist update. We'll start off with the Stromberg first of all, this being the submersible. Of course from standard it comes with a machine gun turret and missiles, and it has 30 missiles loaded that you can fire. After that you'll run out, but of course you can make your way back to the Avenger or back to your facility to restock. But 30 is pretty good. In fact it has more than most. For example, the Runa 2000 only has 8 and the Oppressor only has 20. Let's move on though to the Deluxo, and of course from standard it is not weaponized. This is a customization and an upgrade you have to fit, but upon doing so you can of course fit missiles to it, and this also has 30. Now just like the Deluxo, the jetpack from standard is not weaponized, but when customizing it you have the option to upgrade and fit some missiles to it. And when these are fitted, it has a capacity of 12 missiles. And then as for the fourth and final vehicle in this update which fires missiles, this being the Chernobog. Now of course from standard it has the ability of firing missiles, it is a missile firing launcher, and as I'm sure you guys know as well, it fires up to 5 missiles at a time. But to much surprise, this doesn't seem to have a limit. In fact, I fired missile after missile for about 3 or 4 minutes or so, and it didn't seem to run out at all. So by the looks of things, the Chernobog has an unlimited amount of missiles. Moving on though, and have you guys ever questioned what happens to the Stromberg if the windows are completely shot out when you take it into the water and transform into its submersible mode? Well, for starters, you can never completely shoot out the windows on the Stromberg. They will crack, but they will never completely shatter, and surprisingly, despite having bullet holes in the windows, it will still go into the water and can transform into its submersible feature and drive around as if there was nothing wrong with it. But the same cannot be said if you lose one of the doors. So for example, if the door is open and you accidentally knock it off, if you then go into water, even if you try and transform into the submersible mode, it will instantly be destroyed as soon as you touch the water. So if you lose a door, do not go into the water, the vehicle will be destroyed straight away, and it will cost you 20,000 to insure. Moving on though to the next one, and as I'm sure you guys know by now, with the release of the Doomsday Heist update, there was a brand new radio station added into the game named Bonded Los Santos. This is available both in online and in story mode, so if you're still playing single player, you can listen to it over there as well. Personally, I don't listen to the radio stations in GTA Online, but if you do, and you've checked out this new radio station, Bonded Los Santos, you may have heard some of the adverts that are played on there every now and again, and there are actually adverts for some of the unreleased vehicles from the Doomsday Heist update. As I'm sure you guys know by now, there are 13 unreleased vehicles in total from this update, and 1 or 2 of those have their own adverts on this radio station, one of those being the Fister Neon. Unfortunately, I haven't got any gameplay or any audio as an example of this, but next time you guys are in GTA Online and you're listening to Bonded Los Santos, listen out for some of these adverts and you may hear them talking about some of the unreleased vehicles. Anyway, moving on though to tip number 9. Now as I'm sure you guys know, all of the new vehicles available in this update on the Warstock Cash and Carry website have 2 prices, a buy it now price and a trade price. And the trade prices are unlocked after doing certain steps of the heist mission. But if you're not the host of the heist, well, these trade prices will not be unlocked. So you have to be the physical host of the heist if you want to unlock these trade prices. The associates, these trade prices are not unlocked for the associates, which is kind of unfair, especially if they've done the missions and done the work. And I'm hoping this is just a mistake or a bug and something Rockstar will fix or change in the near future. But moving on to the 10th and final tip or trick in today's video, that being that with this update, Rockstar have now allowed all Mavericks in-game, whether it's a personal one or one you found and stolen, to offer the rappel feature to the passengers who are sitting in the back. Now previously this feature was exclusive to the Merryweather helicopter pickup, but now with this update, Rockstar have changed that so you can do this with your friends with any Maverick. So finally at last, we can now rappel from the Maverick helicopter in GTA Online without using Merryweather, a feature which has been called and requested for now for the past 4 years, and at last it's now available in-game. But unfortunately, as far as I'm aware of, this only works with the Maverick helicopter. Anyway, well there we go then guys, with that being said, those are 10 tips, tricks and secrets that you may not know about and need to know in GTA Online with the Doomsday Heist update. Like I said, this is episode number 3. If you haven't checked out episodes number 1 and 2, I would definitely recommend doing so. Links to those are in the video description. But if you guys could drop a like on this video, it would of course be greatly appreciated and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.